And the last one in our series of social emotional learning is decision making. So this is I can be responsible, I can make good choices, I can make my own choices, I can stay safe, I can solve problems, I can develop healthy habits, I can reflect and learn from my choices. So these are definitely higher level than some of the other ones we've talked about. They're, these can be bigger things, and I think one of the reasons decision making has gotten really hard for kids nowadays is that they're not faced with as many decisions as they used to be faced with. And that sounds kind of funny, probably, but and maybe the decisions just have changed. So maybe it's not that they're not faced with as many, but it's just different. So if you think about like when I was a little girl, so I'm 51, right? So back in the 70s, my mom and dad would open the door and say, go have fun, go find friends. And we'd be gone for 7, 8 hours. I'd be gone all day. And I would, we'd make lunch at a friend's house. We would end up at different people's houses playing different games throughout the day. So I was dealt with a lot of choices around, where are we going to go? What are we going to play? What are we going to eat? Who's going to play with us? We did all that kind of stuff on our own, really, or we didn't really have adults involved. Half the time we ended up at people's houses who there was no adult at home at all. And you're playing with kids of different age brackets, so you have to sort of learn to adjust to that. So there was a lot of stuff we just learned just by the way childhood was, right? Nowadays, our kids are much more, their lives are much more structured. They go to school, they probably have an after school activity, they have dinner, they might do homework, they go to bed. For them, there aren't as many decisions to make during the day. People make the food for them. They basically have made their schedule for them, so they don't really have to do that so much. So to try to incorporate places in their life where they're forced to make some choices to determine what's safe right now to do and what's not safe, and really get them to think about that, to help them solve problems that they have on their own and not give them the answers or do it for them, and to help them just become sort of responsible for their own health and safety. And obviously you have to do it in a way that feels comfortable for you and your family, but you could have them, you could offer them choices with snack, right? Would you like to have this snack or that snack? And they can both be basically healthy, but it's that kind of thing that you're helping them learn how to make decisions, because we know that as we get older, the decisions get bigger, right? So it's good to practice with the small decisions as a kid that don't quite affect your life that much. You don't want the first big decision they make to not come until they're 20, when it can be really scary what kind of decision they might make, right? So you want to let them have those little choices. And I'll tell you, as a parent and a teacher, giving them choices is great, because it gives them what they think they have control, right? But you're managing the choices. So if you want them to drink milk at night, and they kind of fight you on the milk sometimes, you can say something like, do you want your milk in the red cup or the blue cup? Suddenly, ooh, I have a choice. I want my milk in the red cup, please. Right? So they don't realize they're still drinking the milk. You didn't say, do you want milk or do you want juice? You just gave them milk as the option, but you gave them the option of the cups. So it's giving them little decisions like that along the way, so that when they get to a big decision later on in life, it doesn't totally overwhelm them and paralyze them. They can actually make the decision, and they can think about what it might look like in the future after they make that decision. Like the red and blue cup don't matter that much, but which job they choose, or which college they go to, or which person they decide to have a relationship, those decisions matter more, right? And so you want them really being able to make thoughtful decisions and responsible decisions later on in life. So we have to give them a lot of practice along the way when they're younger. Okay. Thank you so much.